Hey guys, this is Gene. I'm at NAMM 2026. I'm at the Friedman amp booth with the man himself, Dave Friedman, and we're gonna talk about the newest stuff.
So we came out with, this year we're showing our IR load. IR load, what is it? It's a reactive load reamping box. So in other words, you can take a 100-watt amp and play it down at whisper volumes. It's stereo. So it's like similar, other products are similar to it. But it also has IR outs to go to front of house with. So basically you can take a one mono 100-watt amp, but go into this, have it on 10 if you want. Play it at any volume with a stereo effects loop. You got IR outs to the front of house. You have depth and presence knobs, and you have a reactance knob, an IR level knob. It uses, I did this in partnership with Pete Thorne and Synergy.
Oh, nice.
So Synergy came up with a power amp tech called machine learning power amp. I'm going to put this simply. It sends a test tone to the cabinet once, it talks to the cabinet, and makes the power section not behave like a standard Class D amp. It behaves like a tube amp. It has all the dynamics and feel and touch and everything. So if we're using this as a reamping load box and, you know, using cabinets and any volume, we set this reactance knob at 0, and we generally have these pretty low or off. And what you get then is you can't tell. You can put it, I can click it in and out of a loop that we have here, and you cannot tell a difference in tone of your, yeah, you can't tell a difference. You know, you could also take a 5-watt amp, put it into this, and make it a 90-watt amp. So it's equivalent to 90 watts tube power per side. I'm going to say tube power because, you know, a lot of times when solid state amps are, you know, they say, oh, it's 100 watts a side. It's 100 watts a side into 4 ohms. Into 16 ohm, it's 15 watts a side. No, not this. This is 90 watts a side into 8 ohms, and it's loud.
Nice.
It's as loud as other things on the market that we compare it to and everything. So there's no problem with that. But most people don't play loud anymore, so, you know.
So the IR loads, are those presets like built like you can change them, or do you have a software, or is it just like 3 presets with like a specific cab model, or how does it work?
So we have software that goes with it. You have 3 loadable slots. So you can put 3 of your favorite IRs in either side, separate. So you can mix and match IRs too. So you have 2 different IRs, or 3 per side. But in the software, we have a whole bunch that we include. Similar software will be similar software to what we use on our IR pedals, you know, like our IRX and our IRJ and all those pedals. The other thing about this whole box is MIDI, meaning any knob on here can also be CC controlled via MIDI. So you could change your levels, you could change your presence and depth, you could change whatever. You could also not use the load in this and use it as a power amp. And if you do use it as a power amp, you turn this reactance up, then it behaves just like a tube power section of one of my amps. It's really cool, but it's only, this whole thing weighs 8 pounds. So it doesn't weigh much, you know?
So what I didn't get yet is like I can use it just as a standalone, as a real tube amp with the actual cabinet as well, right? Would I use this reactance knob for that? Like I don't really get this knob yet. You have to explain that.
If you're using a tube amp into this as a load and loading it down and then putting it through some effects, you want more of a flat power amp at that point in time. So reactance goes down to nothing.
Okay.
Because you want the power amp to be flat to replicate exactly, because you already have a curve from the load in there. You don't need another curve. So if you use it as a power amp, you turn the reactance knob up, and then you can use presence and depth and dial it in like you would an amp. So depends on the application you're going to use it in.
Nice, cool. Yeah, then maybe last question is like, is there a specific amp, like a tube amp that this is based on, just sound-wise?
No, it's whatever you put into it, you know, whatever amp you put into it. If you're using it as a reamping, power attenuator, whatever you'd like to call it, whatever amp you put into it, when that reactance is low, it's a transparent. It shouldn't sound. It should have no sound. It should just be volume, you know? You can change more depth, more presence. You can turn it into something else, but if you want it most pure, it's really kind of those three all down to 0. So that's that.
Nice, man. Thanks for telling me. So let's talk about another model, new model.
So new this year, in collaboration with Phil X, we made the PX20. PX20 is a 3-channel amplifier, well, 2.5 maybe. Kind of a blackface style clean with a few of the kind of Dumble mods to it, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
You got a dirty channel that can either have a gain structure switch, which can either be like more of a JMP 800-ish circuit, a little lower gain, or a higher gain version. You have a tight switch, which you can vary, you know, if you want it tighter or not. Bright switch for the gain knob also. And then you have, sort of like our IRX pedals, you have a boost. So what happens with the boost is you have a boost gain. So this is how much a clean boost is pushing into the dirty channel. So how dirty it gets, right? And then you have a boost volume. So when you're on boost, you have this volume control. So, you know, if you want to go up in volume, and when you hit that, you can go up in volume with varying amounts of gain.
So like a solo boost.
Yeah, solo boost.
Cool and
or
nice.
this, if the gain is all the way down on this, no extra gain, just the master. So it's a really versatile. It has a thump knob on back. It's a very versatile basically 3-channel tube amp. So in 20-watt format. So
nice.
I say it's a collaboration because it was more like not what Phil was like, not what I want, what everyone wants. So a little bit of what I want, but what about other people?
Yeah.
So we put our heads together, you know, and we're like, okay, we should put a nice clean channel in it. Some people use it for that. Some people use it for dirty or dirtier or heavier. So we try to Swiss Army knife.
So basically everybody wants a blackface style amp and a British style amp in one amp.
Yeah, and it's a really useful, because he does a lot of sessions too, and it's useful for him in the studio, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then the last amp that we've done is this guy here. So this is another amp in our vintage line, and the vintage line, this amp particular is a British AC amp. So it's a 30-watt.
Nice.
It's called the VX30. It's got a top boost channel and or a normal channel. They're blendable if you'd like, and it just does that thing. That semi-broken, clean,
nice.
You know, Bryan Adams sort of, you know, sounding.
So it's an EL34 amp.
EL84.
84.
Yeah,
okay.
4 EL84s.
Nice.
30-watt amp. A British AC, you know.
Yeah.
We all know, kind of know what that is.
That's new, right? You never built a Vox style amp before, right?
No.
Great.
That's brand new, and people are loving it.
Yeah, I don't know what to buy now.
And that's all that's new for Friedman.
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, other than the cool guitars we have floating around, you know.
Yeah, they're awesome.
You know, we did a lot of cool graphic guitars, and look at this, we did a cool 80 star guitar.
For like for the new Van Halen kits.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks awesome.
That's awesome.
Killer.
Many other styles and stuff.
Yeah, I tried them. I really like the relic and the aging on them. It's
Yeah.
really like custom shop level. Like we really like.
Yeah,
we
really.
guitars.
Yeah, we've gone all out with the aging now. Yeah, it's really cool.
Do you ever actually have like collaborations with artists that endorse Friedman guitars? Because I was questioning that, and I don't know who plays them. Or do you do like less models?
Not so much yet, but I mean, one endorsed artist now is the guitar player Sammy Bowler. Sammy Bowler now plays with the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh,
and
nice.
So he's got a big gig now.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
he's using all Friedman guitars on that tour and stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, check them out. They're very great.
Awesome.
Well, Dave, thank you so much for taking us through the new products. It was a lot of fun. Looking forward.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.